What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of 3 Idiots with a Mic. Episode 125. Lewis, come on.
125. Fuck yeah.
Hey, you remember when we were like in double digits and we're like, this is episode 80?
Yeah. 125. That's a landmark right there. That's
a fucking landmark
moment right there.
We are a quarter way to 200.
Yeah, we're almost there. We did 100 like earlier this year, like in April.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, we'll be hitting 200 sometime next year.
Yeah. That's nuts.
No. Sorry. Because we only do this once a week, and we're like 75 away. There's 52 weeks, so it'll be 2022 when we hit 200.
Yes. As always, I am your host, Branden. Joining me is the other two morons.
Hey,
William.
We're idiots, not morons. We wear that name proudly.
That's right. I'm idiot for one.
William and Lewis, both of the other morons/idiots, whatever you want to call them.
Hey.
Sorry. And, of course, joining us, as always, is Zach.
I'm Zach.
Hey, Zach.
Hi, everybody.
We missed you last week.
I know.
Yes, I missed you guys, too.
I know.
Did you go? Did you?
Did you know?
Yeah, I was just sitting in the dark crying. That was how I spent my Wednesday night.
Oh,
How do you think I spent the past week in quarantine?
Oh, boy. By the way, I was going to ask you, Zach, how did your Halloween car thing go?
Yes, I went to a car costume contest. I decorated my car. I built the sandworm from Beetlejuice, and I put black stripes on a white car and wrote Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice on the windows, and we won the top prize. So, yay.
Nice.
Oh, you actually won? That's awesome.
Yeah.
What'd you win?
Well, it was at a drive-in that I go to a lot in the Shenandoah, and so we won like 2 passes and a free meal and all kinds of stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's going to be really nice. I'm looking forward to using it because I love that place.
Yeah, exactly. For you, that's probably like, you're like, this is sick.
Yeah.
All right, cool. How are the other, contestants? Did anyone go all out as you did, or?
No, it was mostly just like general spoopiness.
Cool. Okay.
Like, it's fun when they do that, but at the same time, I feel like it's a little bit of a cop-out as well. It's like, if you're going to go for it, like, theme it up like you did, Zach. Like, you're like, I'm going to do the snake worm from, it's like, do something with it. Don't just put, like, Happy Halloween on the the car. That's fucking lazy.
Exactly. The car should get a costume as well.
Hey, but people are lazy, it's fine. We're in the midst of a pandemic. It's fine,
Are we?
I didn't know.
No, what? Tell me more of this.
Is that why my ass is in quarantine?
Yes.
Oh, no, that's a different story.
Hey, the doctor said it cleared up, all right?
Uh-huh. I don't believe that for a second.
Well, Dr. Acula was never wrong.
Nah, dude, he got in trouble with Samara, and she put him in timeout.
No, it was Dr. Satan.
Dr. Satan!
My name is Satan.
Anything else exciting going on for anybody here? I live a very boring life, so don't expect me to... I did go through a storm. God, it was so lackluster.
We had a fucking earthquake 2 days ago.
You had an earthquake?
Really?
Well, there was an earthquake off the coast of Massachusetts, and the entire state of Connecticut felt it. It was very quick, but kind of brisk, and I didn't really feel it, but it kind of was weird because there was a couple things over, like in the other bedroom that I showed you guys, that kind of like randomly fell over, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then Facebook just lit up like, earthquake, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll remember it as I pick up the vacuum cleaner that fell.
Hard in Rhode Island, Connecticut feels it. Come on.
I've never been through an earthquake. That definitely doesn't sound appealing.
Well, now I can put hurricane and earthquake off my nature bucket list.
Is this your first earthquake that you've ever experienced?
That was the first one I felt. Apparently, I slept through 2 of them when I was younger, living in Europe.
Oh, okay.
But so I didn't really count those because I wasn't like really awake for it. But this one, I was awake for it. So I'm like, all right, fuck it, it counts. So now I only have tornado and tsunami that I really like on there.
I gotta
On
say,
the bucket list, yeah.
when I visited San Fran, I went to a museum where they simulated the really bad earthquake that they had, like in '88 or '89, I think it was.
Yeah,
that was not fun, dude. That was not, dude. Holy shit! Like the ground was literally like they simulated, and the ground literally like shifts side to side. Like you can't stand up.
So living in Orlando, there used to be a ride called Twister that did that.
Yes.
yeah.
But also, what the hell's the name of that museum?
Earthquake.
No. There's a museum in Orlando with like the upside down house.
Wonderworks.
Wonderworks has that where you can simulate both a tornado and an earthquake, which is kind of fun. But
in the malls in Miami, there's the tornado simulator.
Yes.
Hurricane simulators.
Oh please, bro.
Yeah, we used to have that up here as well, and then they kind of took them out when dumbass people would go in there with like skirts and dresses, and then would get mad because they're like, "It lifted up my skirt." You fucking went in a tornado simulator. What the fuck do you think's gonna go blow you from up top? You dumb. So then they took him out because they got too many complaints from Karens, dumbass Karens.
So if there's a tornado in a hurricane, does it count as a tornado experience?
Yeah.
We got the tornado, because it's two different nature things which can occur at the same time.
I
it's kind of like a hurricane that. It's kind of like a hurricane that because of a hurricane. It's kind of like an earthquake that because of it. A tsunami happens.
Well, where do Sharknadoes fit?
You had to bring up the Sharknadoes.
Sharknado is glorious. That's why.
Oh boy. That's
speaking of gloriousness. I think Zach is going to be bringing us an amazing movie today on Spielberg.
Thank you for the segue, Lewis. That was
a good segue for once.
I'm ready for a
master
fight.
of segues. Come on, man.
All right, Zach, give it away. What is your movie?
Hey, don't put the cart before the horse. Spielberg.
Sorry.
Okay, yeah. So it's Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
But I'll be back.
Yes.
Okay,
the best Indiana Jones.
Okay. I know you're joking, but that. Oh God. So I know. Well, I don't know if Zach enjoys this movie, but William, why do you dislike it so much?
Couple of reasons.
I thought he literally left.
I feel like no. I'm here. I got my camera off this week, so I can definitely walk away if I fucking want to. It's fucking great. I'll put this thing on mute and we'll go back to my movie.
Oh my God.
From a movie making standpoint, I feel like some of the CGI is really bad. Like this movie looks like in some scenes looks a lot worse when it was made than some of the original Indiana Jones that had more practical effects and they stood the test of time. So like especially like the whole and I'm talking obviously about like the whole monkey scene as
everyone brings that up.
All of a sudden he becomes fucking Tarzan and he's like going from one to the other and then like the red ants. It's like what?
All right.
The other thing real quick was like so far everything has been about here on Earth and like the mystical things that could really be and we don't know. The fact that they threw in aliens.
So the Ark of the Covenant, you think that's real? That's not on Earth.
You don't know that.
It's a Martian up in the sky that's dressed all in white and has a giant.
All right. This was my fault. All right.
Shut
up, both of you. This is Zach's segment. Zach, take it away.
I kind of liked it, man.
Oh, Zach!
Yeah, come to the dark side.
I
preach.
You're going to alienate yourself.
It's okay. Let him alienate himself.
So he wants to be crystal clear.
This is
you nailed that one on the head.
So this is the fourth Indiana Jones movie made 19 years after the third one. 2008, it relaunches the series, and then the series doesn't continue.
It didn't relaunch much.
So it's just a weird blip that this movie exists. But it follows grumpy old Harrison Ford, and a lot of returning characters from the franchise, and new characters, including Shia LaBeouf as Surprise, his son. And it is about basically racing the Soviets to uncover the truth about Roswell and the aliens that are there and what that all means and stuff like that. Thus, the titular crystal skull is of an alien being. And yeah, so that's, now that we've gotten that out of the way, it is, you are right with the CG, but it is of an era where that happened a lot. We were still in the play with your toys era of CG. The prequels had just wrapped up. We were still doing like Polar Express a couple years before it, stuff like that. Like we were still utilizing this as if it were this new breakthrough. We didn't know how to like blend it together great yet. So considering that the other ones used every tool at their disposal, this didn't feel out of character to me. It doesn't work, but it didn't feel out of character. And that's kind of what I feel about the entire movie, is that it isn't that far a departure from the rest of them. Uncovering the Roswell aliens in the 50s kind of thematically makes sense, more so than uncovering King Arthur's grave in the 30s or whatever, the 40s. So I don't know. Plot doesn't really bother me.
I agree. I like
disagree.
To go to bring up William's point, like the whole like him swinging on vines with the monkeys.
Yeah.
Dude, this is a franchise where they fall out of a fucking plane on an inflatable fucking raft and nothing happens to them.
That was literally, there were a couple moments in this movie where, because it has now been like a dozen Spiel binges since I last visited these characters, where it was like, I'm sorry, can nothing kill these characters? Or these characters can never die. And then I remembered literally the raft scene, and I was like, oh yeah, that kind of has always been the case.
Yeah, exactly. And then, like, I don't know,
I buy the raft scene a lot more than all of a sudden you're swinging from the vines and miraculously grabbing every right one. None of them break.
I'm not defending that sequence. I don't think that's like a great moment in cinema. I just don't think it was like the worst thing.
Yeah, it's a movie. It's an adventure movie. Like fuck, whatever, dude.
All of the ones that aren't Raiders are silly.
Yeah,
yeah,
and they're serial like comic booky movies. That's what they are. Let's be completely honest. That's what they are. They're supposed to be this exaggerated story, like puro paquete of what do you call it? Like this guy that's supposed to be bigger than life, you know? And
now, I'm gonna get controversial now.
Okay.
Shia LaBeouf does not bother me.
I agree.
I agree.
I also like Cate Blanchett.
Yeah.
She was a little distracting. Just a little.
Okay.
She alright.
I would go so far as to say she might be the best singular antagonist in the franchise. We don't usually have a big bad, or if we do, they have a big team behind them. And she is pretty singularly a defined character, which I thought was cool, and she was scary, and I like Cate Blanchett.
Okay. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I love the whole the whole fantasy element of it, and kind of where the conspiracy theory comes from of the crystal skulls and all that stuff. And this is actually based in fact. This is, again, it's grounded in reality, which is what Indiana Jones does best. The crystal skulls is actually a thing that was found, and I don't know if you guys have done the research behind it or anything. I don't know. Zach?
No, I just watched the movie. I don't.
So those skulls, it's actually those elongated skulls and everything. They found fossilized remains of humanoid figures with that elongated skull. They thought it was like a birth defect and stuff like that. And then they also found these skulls that were made out of basically like a heavy-duty crystal. And I believe there's 7 in total, and there's 5 accounted for. but
then this fits in perfectly with the Ark of the Covenant and the Holy Grail, and sure.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I adore the production design of this movie. I like the costuming, the set design, and everything. I really, really liked the way that this movie looked practically.
So, question for you, Zach.
Yo.
What is your take on let me hide in a fridge when there's a nuke going off and I live?
Yeah. The first 20 minutes are similar to the monkey scene where I'm like, well, that didn't really work for me. But like...
Well, I mean, you're talking about a fridge that's leaded. It's a lead fridge. It's going to survive any type of nuclear freaking bomb without any radiation poisoning.
I think it's more just that then out rolls a completely intact 70-year-old man, and he then does an entire 2-hour movie
he
after that.
He broken a couple ribs or something.
Right, yeah.
Well, that and the bomb was still going off, which means the effect of radiation would have
right,
been...
yeah. Like, I don't agree with it being equated with jumping the shark. I don't think this was like a death nail of film, but like the first 20 minutes didn't really do it for me. That prologue was kind of off.
I think he was very what's the word?
Fan servicey, because like you get a look at the Ark, all of a sudden you see it in a broken... I like that part though. That part's cool.
It was cool and whatnot, but I feel like that there's like a lot of it, and it's like, all right, we get it. They brought what's her name, Sharon, back?
No.
Oh god,
Marion?
I can't remember her name.
Huh? Marion.
Thank you. Sorry, Marion, not Sharon. They brought Marion back, and I don't know. I liked definitely not my favorite, but I'm just like.
I think also I love the warehouse because I'm a huge fan of Warehouse 13. So when they brought that warehouse in, I was like, oh yes, I a little bit. It was great.
So I have a very interesting. I think I also hold this one in a higher regard in the same way that you guys talked about like Last Crusade and stuff like that.
Okay.
Because this was the first one that I was able to see in theaters.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
This was, in fact, looking at the collection, this was the first Spielberg movie I saw in theaters.
Oh, wow.
Really?
And I saw this with my father. He bought me Raiders and showed it to me, and then he was like, and now there's a new one, let's go see it. So I have this like rose-colored nostalgic feeling for this movie, the way that a lot of people have for the other three. This definitely gets a pass for me. It's not great. It is probably the weakest of the other ones, except like really I'd kind of need to go like beat for beat and break out the numbers in terms of like this one has this versus this one has this. Because there are things that didn't land for me in the other three that this one doesn't do. But vice versa. There's also stuff that I really dig about the other ones that this one doesn't do. So whatever.
What rating would you give it?
Yeah, exactly.
7?
I'll agree with you. I'll give it a 7.
Yeah, 7 sounds about right.
William?
4?
Give it the coveted 4.
5?
Oh!
5. Because like... Ooh. It's not my favorite, and like I said, for the reasons that I already mentioned, the reasons why it's not my favorite. To me, it's like watching a Tomb Raider movie, and we all know what Tomb Raider is about, and all of a sudden they're like going to outer space, or it's like, okay, that's just kind of like breaking the norm for me. But people enjoy it, people like it. There was the fan service. It's not a horrible movie, so I guess it's like falls under that. It's an okay movie, not my cup of tea, and it's literally middle of the road for me. Ergo 5.
Yeah,
okay.
No, I feel that.
That's not
I was
bad.
expecting this to be way more of a bloodbath than it was.
Same.
Yeah, same.
I mean, I could literally do that, but I don't want to because we could go on forever about it, and I don't want to make this like an hour-long podcast.
Yeah, don't.
Plus, I also haven't watched it recently, so I probably wouldn't be able to tear it apart as much as I possibly would. But, I mean, given all the circumstances and everything, it's aight.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. All right, so Zach, do you want to plug anything?
Same stuff I've been plugging. I am working very long days on multiple projects. Are my solo show, my solo project, A Cry for Help, A Cry number 4 Help. We have a November episode that's going to be dropping in a little bit that we're working on, and the musical that I'm directing, the online musical Gutenberg, goes up on December 11th. Exactly a month from today. Oh God, I just realized that. Oh God.
You talented bastard, bro. Jesus, man.
I have so much stuff to do.
No. Anything else?
Nah, that's pretty much eating up all my time.
Awesome. All right, so thank you, Zach.
Thank you.
And what is the movie for next week?
Next week is Tintin.
Oh.
Yes!
Oh,
yeah, I mean, I'm excited that it's Tintin because Tintin was a good comic for me.
Okay.
And I watched the movie and I was like, what did you do to my Tintin?
I kind of dig the movie. This is going to be another one where I'm like, yo, I kind of feel it.
All right.
We'll talk about it more next week and why I have like a chagrin about it.
Well, you grew up with the comic book, right?
I grew up with the comic book, and
where did you grow up?
Well, at the time that I was reading them was in Belgium, which is
where it's from, right?
Which is exactly where it's from. So yeah. I had like the entire. I had like all of them, like that and Asterix were my first 2 comics that I had the entire series on.
Okay.
And then I was really excited about the movie because I was hoping they was going to be able to make a franchise of it. But we'll talk about it more.
We'll talk about it next week. We will talk about it next
Exactly.
week. But I'm excited. That's going to be an interesting conversation.
Awesome.
You get to explore the Archie comics.
All right, guys. Thank you, Zach. And as always, stay tuned out this quick break when we come at you with Pop's Corner. All right, guys. Welcome back for William's segment, Pop's Corner.
Viejito's Corner.
Viejito.
Welcome, everybody. So we're gonna have 2 major things today that I'm only gonna hit like on 2 points this week because they were pretty big. One of them, unfortunately, is sad, and I wish we could go 1 week where we don't have to touch on this. But
I feel like it's every week with you. It's sad. Of some
well, I
sort.
mean, like because I being pop corner and pop culture, I like to pay homage or at least make people aware if a major celebrity has passed away,
Yes.
and, whatnot. And we all know who's passed away in the past week, which, unfortunately, Jeopardy will never be the same as Alex Trebek has passed away of cancer after a long battle of pancreatic cancer.
Mm-hmm.
It does seem that he was able to record the final episodes. So there's one episode where
he recorded until December 25th.
Yes,
We have episodes up until December 25th.
But he knew that December 25th was going to be his last episode. Like he was calling it quits at that point, apparently.
Oh, I don't know about that. I assume that he just stopped recording because he got too sick and then passed away. That's my reason. I don't know. Maybe you're right. I don't know, honestly.
I mean, we shall see.
He recorded the whole season.
We got a few more episodes with him. Obviously, there is no word as to who is. I like to say picking up the mantle more than like replacing, because like replacing kind of feels like it's like, all right, you're gone. Somebody else is taking up your spot.
Dude,
they should just end it.
Yeah, I agree with Lewis. Like, dude, there are very few shows like Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune that like once Pat Sajak and Vanna White die, and now Alex Trebek with Jeopardy, it's not the same. It's just not the same.
I think we should give it a chance because knowing how he was, I don't think that he would want it to end, knowing that for over 30 years he brought so much knowledge to the world. Like, I learned a lot of shit watching Jeopardy. And I don't think that Alex Trebek would be the kind of person that's like, if I die, you're going to end the show. No, because if anything, he'd be like, even if I were to pass or retire, I don't want, it's kind of like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. It's like, you want the knowledge to stop? Do you want people not to know anymore? Like, you know what I mean? Like, So I hope they don't. I hope they at least give it a try and be like, we'll try and bring somebody else on and obviously have the same format and whatnot and just keep, get out this. I don't want to even say like use this information. I mean, some of it is, but for the most part,
were you guys able to watch the cold opening that I put and the little video like remembering him?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Dude, I haven't watched the video yet, but I've watched
when the guy
the
says
cold opening is,
when the guy in the cold opening is like, "This is Jeopardy," and like, there's no crowd, there's no nothing. I was like, "This is just so sad."
Oh my god! And then the lights just go even.
Yeah, and I was just like, "God damn,
oh
bro!"
My god,
Jesus Christ, man!
It was
and then
beautiful, though. It was really beautiful.
And like, there's been circulating like, this happened a while. I don't know how long ago. Probably like rather recent. Like it's in the video, the little like tribute to him when the guy in Final Jeopardy. I think he literally bets all his money or almost all his money just to say, "What is we love you, Alex."
Yeah, I actually watched that episode. It was he actually announced at the beginning of the show that his cancer had come back and that he was fighting and that he was going to still try and host as much as he possibly could until he couldn't do it anymore. And that's why at the end of that show, he put that, like, "I love you, Alex. We love you, Alex Trebek." And I was just like, oh my god. Like,
dude, when you see him read it and he just like for a moment stops and like chokes up a bit, I'm like, damn, dude. I feel you, Alex. I feel you, man.
It's just sad. He's such an icon and stuff like that.
He really is.
You got to pay respect to a man that dedicated 30 years of his life to that show.
Oh my god, like talk
fucking nuts.
About job security. Jesus. But
yeah.
Speaking of not having job security, I'm gonna touch up on something that I know a lot of people, like, there are people on both sides of the fence about it. I am with him and I support him given facts and research that I did. And I'm talking about Warner Brothers to step down and away from his role as Grindelwald in the Fantastic Beasts series. For those that don't know,
that is some bullshit. I agree.
For those that don't know, he has been in a very heated and public court fight with his now ex-wife. What's her name? Heard.
Amber Heard, I think it is.
Heard. She started right off saying how he was abusive to her, how he would do all these things to her and whatnot. And then videos and pictures surfaced where he was just like, enough is enough, and proved that he was actually the one being abused by her. Now,
Amber Heard, for anyone that doesn't know, plays Hera in Aquaman.
Yeah, she's the redhead in Aquaman.
Yes.
Now, what happened was The Sun, which is a tabloid newspaper in England, ran the story of him being abusive to Amber. And then after he was able to prove that it was all fake, he sued the tabloid for libel, yes. And to his surprise, because everybody was like, even the courts that were on his side for in the divorce, he's like, okay, well, I got the courts on my side. He sued the Sun and lost. And because he lost, Warner Brothers then approached him and asked him to step down.
By the way, I don't know if you know this, he's getting paid for that movie.
Yeah, I was getting to that. He has filmed one scene, and he's still getting, I think it's like $10 million.
He's getting, they said 8 figures, so it's $10 million or more.
Yeah, for basically doing like one scene. Now, they have approached the guy that was played Hannibal in the Hannibal series.
Yeah, Mads Mikkelsen.
Mads Mikkelsen to replace. It's in the talks. Nothing is hammered down. We don't know.
That is a phenomenal actor, though.
There's obviously been a big, following and a big support for Johnny Depp to hopefully, get his job back, which I don't think is going to happen. But there's also been a big, Amber Heard needs to be fired from her role. As...
We live in such a world where cancel culture is so prominent that he won't get his role back, even if they figure out that he is in the right, which he is. He won't get his role back. That's
Which
it.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you know what we need to do? We need a Me Too Amber Hearst. That's what needs to happen.
Yeah.
Um,
Dude, what a weird coincidence that we talked about something sad. Our main review is very sad, and our second Pop's Corner news of the day deals with Johnny Depp, who's also in the movie. Our main review.
It is, which is kind of funny. Which I was like, huh, what are they? I mean, another coincidence. If you ever watch Saturday Night Live, they used to have Celebrity Jeopardy, and it was always Alex Trebek versus Sean Connery, and Sean Connery and Alex Trebek passed away less than a week from each other, or a little over a week from each other.
Yep.
The competition continues.
Yep. All right.
I do love that art that they have where it's Alex Trebek in heaven, and there's Kobe, RBG, and
Sean Connery, I think.
No. It's
Black Panther. What's his name? God damn it, man.
Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, Chadwick Boseman. Yeah.
We're all playing Celebrity Jeopardy, but that's what I have for this week. Hopefully next week, hopefully nobody will die in the next week.
I hope. Jesus.
I hope, and hopefully something big. Maybe we'll talk PS5. Well, no, that's more like your thing. PS5 and the new Xbox, which dropped yesterday.
Yeah, technically yesterday. Yeah.
But we will see how that goes. So that is it for Pop's Corner. Thank you for giving me your attention. And we will be back with the main review, right?
Yep.
There you go.
Finding Neverland.
Yeah.
Who?
All right, guys, welcome back for the main segment of our show live. The main review. This is Lewis's pick.
Yes.
Finding Neverland.
The tearjerker of the century.
Oh shit! Neverland? I thought it was Finding Nemo.
Boy, can you imagine?
Keep swimming.
So, all right. So, Finding Neverland stars Johnny Depp, as we were talking, Kate Winslet. And
beautiful Kate Winslet. Oh my god.
And Freddie Highmore, who plays he's on that show with that he plays the autistic doctor, and he also plays Norman Bates in Bates Motel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm like, he's young in this movie, and I'm like, I recognize that face. I don't know where. He's also in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yes.
With
totally
Johnny
forgot
Depp.
about that.
He's been in a lot. As I kept looking, I'm like, holy shit. It's also called The Good Doctor, by the way.
Thank you, The Good Doctor. And, of course, we also have fucking Dustin Hoffman.
Yep. Which this is his second time that he plays something related to Peter Pan.
Yes, it is, because he was Captain Hook in Hook. El Capitan Hook.
So Finding Neverland is about Johnny Depp's character. He plays J.M. Barrie, who is the author of basically the playwright behind Peter Pan, and how he comes up with the idea of it because he befriends this widow, and the widow has 4 children, and he starts like hanging out with them a lot. This is like the early 1900s. He basically kind of fucks up. He fucks up his marriage. His
marriage was already fucked up from before.
Yeah, no. But he definitely didn't help.
Oh yeah,
he definitely didn't help. And yeah, he basically, she and her 4 sons are the muse for Peter Pan, for the creation of Peter Pan. So, fun fact: I've never seen this movie before. I know it's a tearjerker. I've seen the memes plenty of times. Yeah. I didn't cry until the end, the absolute end, and then I ugly cried.
Dude.
Like, ugly cried at the end.
Yeah. It gets you, man. It gets you in the feels. That sequence, that dream sequence.
Oh, yeah, when she's going to Neverland.
Oh, dude, yeah. I was literally like, Naomi was painting because she's like, nope, I'm not watching that. And I'm there like... And she's like, are you okay? I'm like, yes.
That sequence got me, but what really got me, and I guess it's very close to me since I lost my mom,
Yeah.
is when he asks him, why did she have to die?
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes.
And I just lost it. I was like, ah! I just started ugly crying, dude. I was like, ah! And it's funny, I've seen that scene, like, not, for what it's worth, like, in memes and shit like that, and parodied, but, like, man, his acting is so good in that scene.
Both.
Oh my god.
They're just it's so well casted. This is the story of the creation of Peter Pan and Neverland and everything, and it feels so authentic. It's one of those things that, like, you feel the loss of imagination so rampant in adults, and, like, even Dustin Hoffman, like, he doesn't get it. He's like, hey, you completely lost your shit, and it's like that sense of imagination is completely gone, and that's where kind of the youthfulness of Peter Pan and Neverland comes from.
The entire, like, at the movie when Peter Pan opens up and he tells Dustin Hoffman to set aside 25 seats, which turns out to be for orphans. I wonder if that really happened.
That did.
Because, my God, what a smart idea, just to have children mingled with, like, adults, so that, like, the kids will laugh at dumb shit, and then it'll make
we laugh at dumb shit.
Yeah, no, but like the little kids will kind of
stuffy.
Yeah. Like, the kids will laugh at, like, dumb shit, like the guy in the dog suit, and that'll break the ice, and then the adults will be like, okay, this is not as, like, let's have fun with this.
I love the sequence where the older lady comes and talks to Johnny Depp's character and says, oh my God, right when her husband passed away.
Yes.
And explains that he himself was just a kid. Oh, dude, that hit me so hard.
Yeah.
I immediately thought of my grandfather when that happened, and I just lost my shit. Like, even right now, I'm just teary-eyed thinking of that scene.
Yeah, it's a rough movie. It's not a rough movie. It's just...
It's a rough, emotional movie.
Yeah, it fucks with you, man.
Definitely, like... It's like, I'm gonna fuck with your emotions, but, like, it's good. Sadness.
Yeah, exactly.
Back up and out of it. Psych! Right back into sadness.
Dude.
It's like, God.
So, this has nothing to do with the movie, but after the movie concluded, I kind of did my little research on all the real-life people that these characters are based on. They lived a very depressing life.
Oh, hell yeah.
The four boys... Like, 3 of them died. One of them died in World War I. One of them committed suicide. The other one drowned. Like, it's so sad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like, it's so depressing. The mom, J.M. Barrie and the mom, Sylvia, were engaged, but they never got married. So... And he kept that from the kids. He told them later on in their lives that, yes, they were engaged, but that they never went through with it. It's just depressing.
It's really interesting seeing that, and I love the little kind of hidden things in this movie. The what do you call it? The grandmother clapping when they show the play. That sequence, and that was completely improv, by the way.
Really?
That was not supposed to happen, and she felt like she needed to do that as her character. And it's so perfect.
It was her finally not being, like, the stone cold...
I don't know, man. Like... Look, I thought she turned a corner in that scene when she starts clapping, and then, like, in the funeral sequence, she's, like, back to being kind of a bitch.
Well, she needs to be.
No.
She's the Rock.
Yeah, like, she wanted to make sure that now that the mother had passed away, that he wasn't just going to walk away. Yeah. So, like, he needed to bring those walls back up in case he was going to turn heel and be like, well, your daughter's dead. Peace out. So she's like, I need to know if you're going to be there for these kids or not, because in her will, she said that she wants us to be the co-guardians of it. So she had to do that, even for just that moment, to, like, make sure that he wasn't going to up and leave. Because then, if you remember at the beginning of that scene, she's like, let him go. Like, don't go after him. But then after she realizes that he's sticking around,
Yeah.
then obviously he goes and finds him and, you know, and talks to him and everything. So, like, she needed to do that, but, like, it wasn't that she was, you know, she reverted back to how she was. One of my favorite scenes, actually, because I love the other series as well, I love the pirate scene that they do.
Yes.
Because this movie came out, I thought it came out before, because I'm like, this is his way of trying to do it. It came out a year after the original Pirates of the Caribbean, and he's totally Jack Sparrow in that scene. Like, he's straight up just Jack Sparrowing the crap out of it. And when I looked at the cast list, I realized that the other connection between this movie and Pirates of the Caribbean is that Mackenzie Crook apparently is Mr. Jaspers in the movie, and I think that he kind of like got cut.
Oh my God! There's another person in that movie from Pirates. Dude, I kept looking at him and I'm like, bro, where's this guy from?
And he's the guy that in Pirates has like the loose eye that
exactly
popping out.
Dude, he's one of the actors in the play.
Yeah. I kept looking at him and I'm like, dude, where's this guy from, dude?
He's the one that was always complimenting the dog. It's like, oh, you did such a great performance.
Oh my.
And then like me has been in a lot of stuff, but like most recently he was in the Marvels and a couple of the Marvels movies. Talking about Toby Jones. But I mean, like, this cast was like, it was very well done. It was very well picked. And they all, I think, did very well with their job as far as who they were portraying and how they were portraying it.
Yeah.
I agree.
And, like, this... I absolutely... Like, did he get nominated for anything for this movie?
So this movie, because I have it right in front of me, got nominated for Best Picture, Best Adapted Screenplay, and Best Actor for Johnny Depp, and won for Best Original Score. That's it.
Which that score is beautiful.
Oh, it really is.
Crap.
Dude,
there's another scene, going back to that scene with Dustin Hoffman reading the script, the play.
Yeah.
And he's making fun of all the characters and stuff like that. Actually, in the original script, he was supposed to be dressed up like Captain Hook. But Dustin Hoffman's like, fuck you, I'm not playing Captain Hook again. So they actually rewrote the script for him.
Going back to the music, I know you spoke about the scene, but the when she's walking into Neverland, and the music is playing and stuff, it's rough, man. There's a lot of scenes that just like I was like, God damn, dude, this shit is rough. You boys there? It's quiet.
Yeah, no,
it is. Like, I'm actually. Like,
I was like, damn, dude, did I disconnect, bro? You boys there?
No, like I'm playing a lot of it like back in my head because for our main reviews, I tend to watch the movies on the day before we record, just because it's really like fresh in my mind. And there's just so much about this movie that like the pacing of it as well. It's like even on the scenes where they're just like sitting around talking, it doesn't feel like it's at a complete halt. Like it's just like there's not a moment where you're like, oh, okay, there's going to be a long scene and they're just talking. I'm going to go and run to the bathroom. I'm going to go get something to drink. I'll be right back. Like, I was glued to this fucking thing. And, like, my phone was down and just really literally paying attention to it. And it's one of my favorite creation stories because I love movies like this. Also, if you haven't seen Saving Mr. Banks, by all means, watch that as well.
It's the same director, but ugh.
I liked it. I recommend it.
Fun fact, actually, which I'm sure Samara would have wanted to include in this. This movie was actually created into a Broadway musical in 2015.
Yes.
Yep.
And it was actually Kelsey Grammer from Frasier was in it.
Oh my God. That's hilarious.
And it actually had 565 performances.
Which is not bad for a created Broadway run.
Yeah. So I stumbled across that fact while I was researching the movie, and I was like, holy shit. That's cool.
Wow.
But
so it actually, they made it into a play in 2012, but it transferred to Broadway in 2015.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It was premiered at the Curve Theater in How do you say this shit? God damn it! I'm gonna sound like an idiot.
In what?
Leicester is a city in
Leicester
in England, in the county town of. I'm not even trying to say that. Sorry. Yeah,
I remember watching this movie in theaters, and the experience was just so moving, even back then in 2000.
Wow, back then when you had no soul.
I love this movie.
And you had just gotten out of high school. Not, by the way, that's not a jab directed towards you. It's like, when you're like in high school and right after high school, you're very like jaded and you're like too cool to feel anything kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that would have been you. I guess not. Guess not. I just imagine Lewis sitting in a theater. He's this movie came out in 2004. You were what, like 19?
Yeah, a year after graduation.
Just fucking crying like just fucking ugly, crying to himself in the theater. God, I would have paid.
Yeah, I was 24 when this movie came out.
Yeah. So overall,
I was 13.
Wow. Yeah.
Get out.
Youngling.
Fuck him.
Goddamn youngling.
13.
I was 13. Yeah, I was a little youngling.
I give this movie a 9.5 out of 10.
Okay. William, what do you give it?
I give it a good 9 out of 10. Definitely.
Same. I'm gonna go with a 9. It's funny. Like I started the movie and I was like, man, the genre was tearjerker. So Lewis picked this one. It was in between this one and What Dreams May Come, which I've seen that movie before. That's also a very sad movie.
I'm so glad this movie won over What Dreams May Come, though.
What Dreams May Come would have devastated.
Dude, seriously, holy shit, that movie's depressing.
Oh god.
But it's funny. So the movie started playing. Of course, I've never seen it. I'm like, this movie's not sad. And then the last like 10 minutes, the movie's like, bitch. And I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm there ugly crying to myself. Oh man. So yeah, that warrants a 9. Also, just the movie was great and the performances were very, very spot on.
Yeah. So definitely if you like any of these like kind of creation movies where you actually live the life of the original creator of these masterpieces that we know nowadays, it's definitely worth it. If you're a fan of Christopher Robin, this is definitely something that you should go see because it's way better. And it's actually streaming.
Robin doesn't hold anything to this fucking movie. Like,
yeah.
That was just like, what the hell is this?
Yeah. But I mean, it's the same style. It's the same kind of premise where it's grabbing an author and kind of going with the story, the origin story of an author.
Yeah.
Or creative. What streaming service was this one on? Do you remember if it was on Pluto or
Pluto TV? Yeah. I think it was.
Okay, yeah, it was on Pluto TV for free with ads, so it's definitely worth a watch. And the ads are pretty well placed throughout. It's actually pretty good, so definitely consider for a watch.
Oh my god, this guy directed Quantum of Solace.
Yeah.
And he did not. By the way, he did not direct what was the other movie that you were talking about?
Christopher Robin.
He directed Christopher Robin.
Saving Mr. Banks.
He did not direct that.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Yeah, he did direct Christopher Robin, though.
Yeah, same thing.
Okay. All right, guys, stay tuned. That's a quick break. When we come at you with my segment, Brandon's Joystick.
Yeah.
All right, guys, welcome back for my segment, Brandon's Joystick. This is where I talk about video games and anything else that I want to talk about because I am the god of this show and I can do whatever I want. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, is that so?
No, I'm joking.
Are you bringing some weeb shit?
No, I'm not. I'm not bringing no weeb shit today. No.
Are you going to be talking about the smoke?
The smoke.
The smoke. The smoke.
The smoke. Yes, the smoke. Yeah, I don't know why I've always enjoyed changing how words sound. So smoke, I'll say like smock just to be stupid. I don't know why. I enjoy that shit. All right. So yeah, it is Friday at this point. So congratulations to all those beautiful listeners of you that have an Xbox Series X or a PlayStation 5.
PS5.
Congrats on you. Hopefully, as we're recording this, PS5s are still not out. They'll be out tomorrow, so Thursday. Xbox One. Sorry, this and this is why you don't. Xbox Series X. God, I hate how Microsoft names their fucking consoles. I fucking hate it, dude. Yeah, there's been like we were talking about it off air. The mini fridge, because the Series X looks like a fucking mini fridge. People have noticed this is actually for real. If you put a ping pong ball on the top of it, which is where one of the fans is, the fan is so strong that the ping pong ball will literally just float. There's also been going around that they've been breaking and there's been smoke coming out, which is a hoax. It's not real. I don't know how people are doing it.
Trying to trash people.
Nah, so we'll see. Dude, this is the first time in a long time that I legit didn't go batshit crazy trying to pre-order a console on.
They got it so goddamn expensive, dude. It's ridiculous.
They're actually not. They're still affordable. The thing is, bro,
what is it, like $400?
It's
400.
I think the Xbox Series X is 500.
God damn.
The PS5 with a disc drive is 500. The PS5 without a disc drive is 400. And then the Xbox Series S, which is basically the same thing as the Series X, just a little bit more, a little bit less powerful, is I think 400 or 300.
That's insane. Like that's a lot of fucking money, man. I remember when game consoles were like $200, and it was like, damn.
Yeah,
dude,
but
is this the mid '90s?
Things like when did the PS4 come out?
2013, I think it was.
Yeah, like if you take care of it, and the PS4 was like $400.
Yeah, I still have a launch PS4.
Same. My PS4, knock on wood, nothing bad happened.
Dude, it sounds like a jet engine with certain games, but whatever it is.
Yeah, it fucking does. But if you take care of it,
yeah,
and like you don't just let it, because people will buy it, let it sit there, and then all of a sudden it'll burn out. Like, I don't know what happened. Then you open it up, and it's fucking like Dust Bunny City.
Yeah,
it's like, well, this is what fucking happened. You gotta turn it off. It's like a car. You sink your money into a car. You have cars from like what, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s that run. How do they run? Because you invest time and love into it to maintain an upkeep. Game systems are the same thing. You don't just buy it and put it in there. Spray it once a month, especially if you live in a house that collects a lot of dust. You need to like get an air thing and just like blow the crap out of it.
Treat them bitches with kindness and respect, bro, and they'll be good to you.
Exactly.
Honestly, yes. The reason I didn't buy it was not because of money purposes. Just there were no games that caught me. I'll say this: I'm done buying Xboxes. I don't need to buy an Xbox. I have a PC, a perfectly fine, like really powerful PC that can run Xbox games. Because now basically Xbox has this thing where you can, if you have a PC, they have like a service you can pay for and you can play like their games. Like, so for instance, when Halo 6 comes out, I can play it on my PC day one.
Nice.
I don't need an Xbox.
Nice.
I bought an Xbox for the Blu-ray player, and I got it for $150.
Yeah, that's cheap. That's cheap.
And it was like a year after it came out. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, dude, I will not spend more than $150 on a game.
But hey, man, there's some people that want to be part of the conversation, dude. They want to be, that's their thing. And
like, honestly, right now, if I was working, I would definitely probably have bought the PS5 and gotten Valhalla.
Oh, by the way, this is how dumb, dude. Rona has fucked up so much shit. Xbox Series X's, dude, people are getting these people pre-ordered it probably months in advance, are getting emails from whatever retailer they bought it from saying that their Xbox Series X will not be delivered. Mind you, the Series X came out November 10th, right? So yesterday. They're not getting delivered till December 31st.
Sucks to suck.
Dude.
Wow.
At that point, like, what the fuck, dude? I'd be so angry.
I know my friend Emily's boyfriend.
Lividly pissed. Oh my god, you have no idea. So
seriously, no.
I would be pissed as fuck.
Sony said that PS5s are not going to be sold in person at retail stores. You need to buy them online. I don't understand. I don't get it.
Well, because they don't want...
I guess it's for Rona purposes. They don't want a bunch of people going to...
You know, I mean, you ever been to a launch day? Like, there's like 200 people standing in line.
True.
And then the moment you open the doors, they're like trampling on each other. And it's like, okay, let's keep our gamers safe. And, you know, they can just buy it from home and have it delivered to their house. I'm okay with that. I'm definitely not mad about that.
You know, it will work to their advantage to have a launch like that, because when you're stuck at home with the Rona, there ain't nothing else to do but play video games.
Very true. Speaking of that, I've been playing a lot of video games. So let's see. What did I talk about? Oh yeah, I beat Dead Space 2, as I was saying last week. I started playing a weeb game. I've had this game for a year, but I never got around to playing it. I bought it last Black Friday. It was for my PS4. Excuse me. And it's called Catherine Full Body. So Catherine Full Body is a remake of
like a porno.
Yeah, it's kind of slightly. So Catherine Full Body is a remake of a game that came out in 2011 for the PS3 and the Xbox One and PC called Catherine.
Yes!
So in Catherine Full Body, you play as this guy Vincent, and he's basically, for lack of a better term, almost married to his long-term girlfriend, Catherine, with a K. And he starts having these nightmares where he's being chased, and this is where the gameplay aspect comes in. It's a puzzle game, and you have to basically move these blocks and traverse, like climb this tower to get it to a door at the top. This happens every night. And if you get caught by whatever's chasing you, or you fall because the tower continuously falls, like the last section of the tower will fall, you die in real life too. So this is where the conundrum comes in. The game is basically you're with Catherine with a K, but then he mysteriously wakes up one morning and he's in bed with another woman, Catherine with a C, and he doesn't know how he got in bed with her.
Alternate dimensions.
And basically the gameplay is basically the puzzle aspect, the climbing the tower, but also you make decisions. They ask you decisions. Like, are you okay with your, like, one of the questions I got asked today, if your partner would never find out, would you be okay with cheating?
Huh.
And stuff like that. And then basically at the end of the game, you will stick with one of the girls depending on your decisions and whatnot. But in Full Body, they also added another girl called Rin, who you also find out that her name is also Catherine, but with a Q. And the game is really ridiculous. And it plays with, like Lewis was saying, it's very sexual. Like, it plays with Vincent. He has, like, a lot of repressed, like, sexual emotions and shit like that. It's really neat. I like it. It's definitely not for everybody, but it's cool. The voice acting is really cool. And you get to talk to people, like, other men that are also climbing. Everybody looks like a sheep. They're climbing these towers. And then, like, when you talk to them, they'll show up in this bar that Vincent frequents with his friends as real people, and you could talk to them and save them. But if you don't talk to them, they might show up on the TV that they've died. It's stuff like that. It's really neat. It's cool. It is very Japanese. But if you're okay with that, yeah. And then also, to wrap my segment up, I have not played Assassin's Creed in years. To be more exact, the last Assassin's Creed game I played was Unity, and I never beat it.
You need to catch up.
I don't care about Unity, and I don't care about the one with the twins. I forgot the name of it.
How many games of Assassin's Creed are there?
This is the 10th one. The 10th mainline title.
Serious?
Yep.
Yes.
Good
so
God.
I on PC.
Yeah, but the last two are so fucking good.
Okay, so on PC, Uplay, which is the Ubisoft client. Ubisoft is the people that develop fucking Assassin's Creed. They're having a sale. So I haven't played Origins, Odyssey, or Valhalla, of course. So I bought Origins with all the DLC for $20. So I'll let you know how what I think about that game. I saw Valhalla, and it looks like a buggy mess, but it looks kind of fun.
It is right now. I have a couple of friends that have started playing it, and apparently there's like an update that you do, but if you update the game, that's where the bugs come in, ironically. But, like, if you don't update it, you're fine. So, yeah, there is that. But, yeah, you're going to be on Origins for hours. I think I've sunk in 84 hours in that game.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. It looks like a huge game, which I'm okay with that.
The map is, like, stupid big.
So depending on...
I remember playing the first one, and then I played the second one, and I was like, nope, I'm done. I'm out.
I like the Assassin's Creed games. What happened was that there were so many of them, and they came out so rapidly, like they were literally coming out every year, that I think I got burned out. Yeah. And I think it's been long enough that I'm like, and they changed the formula of the game because now it's more like an RPG, that I'm okay to kind of like go back and try it out. So depending on how I like Origin, I might try out Odyssey, and then if I like Odyssey, I'll go and try out Valhalla. Valhalla looks more interesting than Odyssey because of the setting. I like Vikings and shit like that. So we'll see.
Odyssey, if you like Greek mythology, you will love the shit out of Odyssey because it's really all in Greece and it's all based on mythology, Greek mythology. So
yeah, I bought that last night. I'll let you guys know. I'll probably play some for next week, and hopefully I'll keep playing Catherine. I'm going to try to get those 13 endings.
Nice.
There's 13 different endings?
Yeah, but like I found a guide that helps you, so like you can kind of like save scum your way, so you don't have to play the game 13 times kind of going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see what happens. But congrats to all those people that got Xbox Series X and PS5s. Enjoy, and of course, stay tuned. That's a quick break when we come at you never live with the final segment of our show, Bald Box.
Bald Box!
All right, guys, welcome back for the final segment of our show, Never Live, Bald Box.
Yes! So this week we're doing something a little bit different. It's not a Redbox because, honestly, there is nothing good on Redbox that we haven't talked about before.
How dare you? I'm kidding.
There is nothing good on Redbox. So what we are actually doing is actually a Netflix order by mail disc. So,
oh my god, who does that anymore?
What is it, like 2001?
Dude, seriously.
Hey, you know what? And you'll know exactly why as soon as you see what movie I'm going to be choosing. This is Mr. Blandings Builds His Dream House. This is a 1948 Cary Grant film. And it's basically like, have you ever seen, oh my god, I just blanked out on the name. Holy crap. The one with Tom Hanks, the house is falling apart. Fuck, oh my god.
Money Pit.
Yes, Money Pit. It is an older version of Money Pit. You could see where Money Pit actually drew its major influences from. And this is basically about this advertiser in New York that he is tired of his, two-bedroom apartment in New York that's literally a cockroach box. And he decides, because the movie starts off with him and his wife kind of like struggling to get ready at the same time because they only have one bathroom in the whole damn apartment. And he's like, I'm so tired of this, you know. Every morning I have to deal with the two kids getting ready, and then I gotta like maneuver my way around, and I always end up cutting myself and all that stuff, and I'm just tired of it. I want space. So,
are we gonna get sued for this?
Why?
Copyrights?
No, it's only 2 minutes, and That's
a long time.
Okay. So. Basically, he's like, fuck this, I want to buy a house. So, like every other New Yorker, they decide to buy a house in Connecticut. Because, Connecticut is the suburbs of New York, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, this is actually a clip where the main actress is actually talking to the construction crew that are remodeling the house. And just to give you a little bit of context, this lady is like this kind of typical housewife moment and everything, and kind of taking that extra stride. And this is, again, 1948, so put that into context, and it is just great. So here's the clip.
Never mind, you two go and help Gussie in the kitchen. Now, Mr. Fidelford, we'll talk about the painting.
Okay.
I have some samples. Oh, here we are. Now, first, the living room. I want it to be a soft green.
Uh-huh.
Not as blue-green as a robin.
No.
But not as yellow-green as daffodil buds.
Huh?
Now, the only sample I could get is a little too yellow. But don't let whoever does it go to the other extreme and get it too blue.
It all looks great to me.
It should just be a sort of grayish yellow-green.
Uh-huh.
Now, the dining room, I'd like yellow. Not just yellow, a very gay yellow. Something bright and sunshiny.
Uh-huh.
I tell you, Mr. Fidelfin,
Give me that gay
you
yellow.
send one of your workers to the grocer for a
Light
pound of their
gray?
best butter and match that exactly. You can't go wrong.
Uh-huh.
Now, this is the paper we're going to use in the hall. It's flowered, but I don't want the ceiling to match any of the colors of the flower.
No.
There's some little dots in the background. And
What the fuck is this, dude?
That looks like me and you, Brendan, when he's trying to explain something to us.
No.
Yeah, I'm like,
But the
huh?
bluish dot between the rosebud and the delphinium. Is that
Look at
clear?
those, bud.
Now, the kitchen's to be what?
What?
Old antiseptic hospital white.
No.
A little warmer, but still not to suggest any other color but white.
Uh-huh.
Now, for the powder room, in here,
Fucking like
I want you to
50 shades of
match
gray.
the thread, and don't lose it. It's the only spool I have, and I had an awful time finding it. As you can see, it's practically an apple red, somewhere between a healthy wine sap and an unripened jonnet.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me.
The fuck did you just make me watch?
That's it, Shirley. Red, green, blue, yellow, white. Check.
He told him all the colors.
So yeah, that's the clip, and it's just, that is literally the epitome of the movie. It's this kind of wonky where he's trying to build this dream house, but everything possible falls apart. They literally get like a when they originally buy the house, they try to get like a contractor to do construction and kind of right in the house because the house is like tilted to a certain angle, and all the contractors are like, fuck off, no, just knock it down, and it's just funny how little things start developing and stuff like that, and exactly how that actor actually portrayed the guy character, like, no, yes, no. that is that kind of very dry humor, and it is throughout the film. There's moments where they're drilling a well, and the guy's like, they ask the guy, so how deep are you? And he goes, 275 feet. And he's like, are you going to stop? He's like, nope. And he's like, do you normally hit water at this point? Yep. And he's like, so what's happening? I have no idea. But it's that kind of dry humor. And then there's a funny reveal to that well incident that it's just, you lose your shit because of the circumstance. And it's just such a well-played movie. It holds its punches in a way where the delivery of the comedy is so on point. It's one of these kind of obscure things that I had never heard of. And Naomi rented it, and I was like, fuck it, let's try this. And holy shit, it was so enjoyable. Well worth the time. It runs about an hour and 30 minutes. And it is well worth it, honestly. So I really hope you guys are able to check this out, because I think it's really awesome. So definitely, for anybody out there, it is called Mr. Blanding Builds His Dream House.
Oh boy, I'm sorry. William just sent something in the group chat, and I've seen this already, but it's every time I see it, it's just funny as fuck. Lewis, have you seen this?
Yeah, I saw it.
By the way, Lewis, you'll be proud of me. I actually sat through the entire trilogy of Lord of the Rings, not just the regular one, the 3-hour per movie fucking director's cut.
Okay, now you got to do the Hobbit films.
Fuck that, no. Nope. Nope. I've paid my dues to the Lord of the Rings decade. I am good. 2030, maybe I'll think about it. But yes.
funny thing about this movie, last fact about it, you're going to get a kick out of this, William, is the director is actually H.C. Potter.
Who the hell's that?
It's funny. It's so close to Harry Potter. It's like, oh, wow.
That is really close.
So it was just a fun fact.
Fun fact, at Disney World, if you take the boat to go to Magic Kingdom instead of the railway, one of the boat's last name is Potter.
Potter?
Huh.
Yep. I believe it's Henry Potter, actually, to be exact. But
Henry Potato. Sorry.
Yeah, right?
Henry Potato.
So, by the way, this is a 9 out of 10 for me.
Okay. All right. What?
Never seen the movie. I said I'm going to abstain from making things since I've never seen the movie.
Same. Luke, spin that wheel.
Oh, yes, it is.
Spill of morality. Turn. Tell me what movie I will burn.
Spin the wheel of fortune. All right. Ready, guys?
Ready.
Hold on, I gotta...
Yes, sir.
Apparently he's not.
This is your pick, William.
It is. That's why I'm hoping it's going to be a good one. I want video proof if I don't like it. I'm gonna wait for a recount and it'll go to what I want.
Right? All right.
Oh, by the way, while we're still recording, congratulations to our brand new President Biden.
Biden.
Officially been announced that he is our new president. So,
Or has it? Dun, dun, dun! And the plot thickens.
All right, Lewis.
It is William's choice. So the viewers will not be choosing anything. William will choose a movie and make both of us watch it.
Secretariat! No.
We already watched that.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did. I reviewed it.
It lost.
Secretariat.
Yeah, I reviewed it, remember?
All right, then fucking Seabiscuit.
Oh, no, my bad. It was Seabiscuit, not Secretariat.
Okay, then Seabiscuit.
I can't remember which one it was. They're all horse movies.
I will find a horse movie, God damn it! No,
War horse.
War horse. Dear God. I'll find the longest fucking horse-based movie there is. No, because I mean, we've actually been good to each other this past few weeks, so I'm not going to be the asshole to break that streak.
Yeah, because then Lewis will come back with a fucking vengeance, bro.
Exactly. That's why it's all right, no, he's been good. We're going to appease the gods and pick something that...
Because Solo is now streaming on Shudder.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, my Lord.
Solo or 120 Days of Sodom.
Yeah. It is. I watched that movie 8 years ago, William. It's an Italian movie. The guy the director got fucking run out of Italy, right? Didn't they try to kill him or some shit?
Yeah, they tried to kill him.
What's Sodom about?
Oh.
I'm not picking it.
It's... I don't know how to describe it.
Brandon's I'm not talking about it.
No, it's I don't even know how to describe it. These kids go to this place and they get basically put through torture.
Yeah. It's torture porn. It's torture porn.
Yeah.
So it's like Hostel.
No.
It
makes Hostel look like a freaking Disney movie.
Dude, at one point in the movie, they make a kid eat a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Literally a piece of shit.
Well, after watching, what was it called? A Serbian movie or a Serbian film?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've never seen that movie. Thank God.
I think I've nothing really.
Serbian films on YouTube for free.
No, thank you.
Don't watch.
No, thank.
I will give this some serious thought and hopefully come back with something that we can all enjoy and all like.
Hell yeah!
I've been on a roll myself, so.
All right.
So remember, guys, check out the Unknown podcast if you're into conspiracy theories and all kinds of madness. We're gonna be doing some fun ones this month and continue theming each month, so it's pretty cool stuff.
Sick. All right, William, do you have anything to plug?
I don't. Wear your masks, be nice to each other, and love one another. I'm plugging love.
Damn, sick, dude.
Right? And I'm plugging self-love in the matter of we all live in a crazy world, and sometimes we just need to take a day to ourselves to reboot because we're completely burnt out and we're standing on that ledge and just want to jump. And don't jump. Because if you jump, you're no longer here, and if you're no longer here, we will miss the shit out of you. So,
Exactly.
that day, reach out, help somebody, or help yourself, and there's always somebody there ready to help you. And that's my thing.
Woo! All right. And of course, if you enjoyed our show, visit our sister site, diverselygeek.org, and a brother from another Mr. John over at YouTube at Narcotic Casserole. Thank you, William.
Thank you very much, Mr. Branden.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Lewis.
Thank you, Brandon.
Thank you very much. I am Brandon, and we'll see you guys in the next episode of Three Idiots with a Mic. Cue the drums.
Fucking drums!